Greetings. My name is Steve Corona, and I am the Executive Director at Latinos Count. And we have the pleasure of speaking to several gentlemen with Fort Wayne Metals. Kevin, let me start with you and tell me a little bit about Fort Wayne Metals. What exactly do you make? What do you do, and who are your customers?
So about 95% of our business is in the medical grade wire. So we provide wire. We don't make medical devices, but we provide the wire to the companies who do. And then the other 5% of our business would be in electronics and aerospace and things like that.
And are your partners based in the United States or globally?
Globally and out of this world as well.
How do you mean? What does that mean?
We're part of a project with NASA for some of their projects going out into outer space. We also do with military applications and aerospace.
Okay, now that makes sense when you say out of this world. How many folks are on the payroll right now? We're talking to you in October of 2021. I've got to believe that number fluctuates, but how many people are getting a paycheck these days from Fort Wayne Metals?
1,200 roughly.
Steve, to give you some perspective, we currently have 65 open roles to fill. And at the rate that we're growing, I see that back for Q2, we'll have another 60 positions that'll probably still be open or more.
So can you talk about those jobs and whether they, Richard, require a college degree or can you be considered for one of those positions or other positions that don't require a college degree?
We have a lot of entry-level positions that don't require a college degree, whether it's in the skilled trades or in some of our shipping department needs.
Anything on our production side would not require a degree. But the nice thing about Fort Wayne Metals is if any of those production folks wanted to do a degree, we offer tuition reimbursement. We pay at the PFW rate, so you can come work with us and go to school, get reimbursed for that. And if you continue to stay with us, great. If you want to go out into the community and do other great things, that works well too, and you don't have to pay that back. So it's a really nice investment on our employees.
Yeah, especially for the seniors that aren't sure what they want to do with their career and they don't know what they want to do in college. Fort Wayne Metals is actually, and they're willing to work hard and learn. They can come here, work in different roles, and then figure out what they want to do as they're working in different roles within the company.
I want to go back and cover tuition reimbursement again, because to so many high school kids especially, but college kids too, they may not be especially aware of tuition reimbursement. And what you just said sounds almost too good to be true, that if I become an employee with you and I guess meet certain standards, you're going to pay either all or part of my cost of attending college. How often do your employees take advantage of that benefit, Kevin?
Out of the 1,200 employees, I'd say roughly, this is rough, 20, 30 at a time.
I know out of the 56 maintenance technicians we have, or maintenance personnel, there are 6 going to Ivy Tech right now.
And Kevin, Steve, I wouldn't put it just career college degree. We offer reimbursement for certification if you're in the IT or provide skill training, journeyman, things like that. So it's not all about just reimbursement for college degree. Just some careers require just certification, right?
Can you talk about the hiring process? Does it begin online, or walk us through that?
Yeah, it does begin online. It's at fwmetals.com/careers. That's where we have all of our active openings. Candidates can explore the different openings we have. If something looks of interest to them, they can click on it, build a profile, and apply right there.
When you're all reviewing a person's resume or application, what are you looking for? What are the good fits in your department?
First thing that I would look at when I look at a resume is how is it structured? How is it put together? Did they take the time to proofread it, make sure it really looks good? I mean, that first impression of reading a resume is everything. If you see a lot of mistakes or just doesn't look, it looks like they just rushed through it. It kind of gives you or maybe a bad first impression.
I would agree with that. I would look at, and I'm sure we all are guilty of it, is if someone's putting out 4 or 5 resumes, did you take the time to personalize it based off the job you're looking for? Some may try to get certain different jobs or different profiles, but sometimes guys will kind of cut and paste and use the same information. That may not always work. So that's a detailed factor that I would take a look at. And then also behind that would be just experience. You don't have to have the greatest experience, but is it varied or is it specialized depending on what kind of job you're looking for? So those are some of the things I would take notice of.
Gentlemen, you're employed by what many consider to be one of the city's premier employers. And I've got to believe that in large part, it is the culture that your leader, Scott Glaze, and you yourselves have created. Can you talk a little bit about the work environment at Fort Wayne Meadows?
It's definitely a place where you're okay to explore what your career paths. I think Rich alluded to it earlier that you can start in one place and end up in another. You spend 3 years in one department. It may not be the greatest fit for you, but I think Fort Wayne Meadows allows you the opportunity to fail and grow and to find your niche.
The primary viewing audience of this FutureWorx episode consists of high school students and college students. And before they graduate, what advice would you give them in courses that they may not have considered or have not taken? What would be beneficial if they want to be considered for employment at Fort Wayne Meadows?
Or if they want to go into the skilled trades or industrial maintenance technician, classes on electrical, motor controls, hydraulics, pneumatics.
What else?
I would say for engineering, definitely heavy on the math. In the environmental side, maybe some of the sciences.
Yeah, and I would say even for our inspection roles or production roles, right? Believe it or not, math aptitude or mechanical aptitude is a plus here.
Kevin, a number of students are engaged in other non-academic activities, extracurricular activities. They're involved in athletics, band, they've performed a community service. Does that count for something? And when you and your guys are reviewing applications, do you take that into consideration?
I think it does. I respect it. Actually, I was at University of St. Francis yesterday, and a kid had the same question. He played on the soccer team, and he was wondering if that would help if he put that on his resume. And I think with our culture also being so collaborative and we work together as teams, I mean, that definitely does stand out to know that someone is able to work on a team with other individuals to reach a goal.
Steve, I think it's an asset if you have an individual that is a student athlete or involved in community service and or a club at high school or the college level, because it shows that they can balance multiple things. They're organized, and if their grades are consistently up there, then that's a plus, right? I never look down at someone that can manage multiple things and excel at all those things. There's a lot of opportunity, and I think Cliff hit it on the nose earlier when he said, this is a company where you can work in one department, and if it's not a good fit, we'll allow you to try something else. We're looking for people that want to work and learn. And then if they realize, hey, this is not for me, let me go try something else. But you got to be willing to work and learn that skill set or that craft while you're there.
When I was hired in, I started out on the production floor. And once I realized the culture of Fort Wayne Metals and the special work that they do here, it gave me the drive and the want to advance. And I went from the production floor into the materials testing laboratory, and now I'm a supervisor of one of our divisions. So and I took advantage of the tuition reimbursement program as well. So I'm that story that you can start at the production level and you can go as far as you want to go in this company. They will give you that opportunity. You just have to have the drive and the attitude.
Can you talk a little bit about your internship positions and in what departments might those exist?
We have internships from HR to talent development to accounting to engineer, sales, all different, all over the board there. And usually every summer we have, I want to say 40 to 50 interns. And what I learned, I believe yesterday, we have about 30% of those interns turn into full-time Fort Wayne Metals employees. So
one of the things that makes our internship program unique is they actually work on significant projects that are important to the organization. So real life casework. And a lot of the interns, they come up with very creative solutions to some of the problems that we have in different areas, whether it's finance, safety, engineering, production.
In the maintenance department, we take interns, juniors and seniors in high school.
Great.
What I love about the program itself is I currently in my department, I have 3 individuals that were interns, and they are either in leadership roles in engineering, all in engineering. What's interesting is you can see the projects they worked on when they were interns are implemented and they are still currently working with those projects or in that department. So it's definitely interesting to watch the growth process of at the time college student. Now they've turned into leaders within the walls of Fort Wayne Metals. So it's being done on a daily basis.
Gentlemen, just in looking at your faces and the men in the room, I believe I know the answer to this question, but let me ask it anyway. Is Fort Wayne Metals committed to a diverse workforce?
Most definitely.
Yes, I'll say yes. I mean, in lieu of what happened last year, we've actually have a diversity and inclusion council made up of a lot of Fort Wayne Metals team members, not only just racial diversity, but all types of diversity. And we're purposeful in how we drive a more inclusive organization in different activities. So in every aspect, from our hiring, talent retention, work, outreach program, things like that.
One final question. Do you have a need for job candidates that can speak a second language?
Yes, because our customer base is all over the world. And to have someone that can connect either on the commercial side with our customer or even within the community is a plus.
Again, our audience, our high school youth and college youth, your final thoughts about Fort Wayne Metals and connecting with them.
I could start. I would say Fort Wayne Metals as a company cares about their employees more than just what you can do for the company. They work on what they can do for you, whether it's your financial well-being, your mental health, your physical fitness. Many programs here that they sponsor that I don't know how many other companies do that are for your employees and their well-being.
I'll chime in. If you're not sure what you want to do in the next phase in life, this is a great company to figure that out. Not only with the way we pour into our employees, but tuition reimbursement, with Kevin touched on, but also we give people opportunities to try different things. If you're willing to work hard and you're dedicated, this is a great organization where you can start off your career and end up supervisor, director, someone wherever you want. Sky's the limit, really. Starting here, I've never seen a firm or a company like this.
That's true, because in the maintenance department, Fort Wayne Metals has placed a very extreme amount of trust in our technicians. we come up with improvements on our machines on our own, and we'll implement them. And that takes a lot of trust from a company, especially making medical wire.
So if you're looking for a great place to go where your owner is going to care for you just like family, this is a great place to be.
But it's definitely a place to grow. You've heard that time and time again, that you're allowed the opportunity to figure out what it is you want to do. But I would encourage everyone to, if you get an opportunity, go on the website, check out the job openings. If you have questions, there's access to numbers and call. We're happy to give you a tour and talk about what it is we do here.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and your insight with respect to jobs, careers, and internships at Fort Wayne Metals. Thanks again.